Hello everyone, this is Jess coming at you today with a Dollar Tree haul. My local Dollar Trees finally got in their May videos, and I picked up quite a few of them, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, we've got a compilation of some TV shows of the Lone Ranger, Who Was That Masked Man? Some of the episodes. Next up, another TV show is Season 1 of The Partridge Family. Next, another compilation of the Lone Ranger, Hi-Yo Silver. A season of a television show called Pulling. I've never seen it. Thought for a buck I'd take a look at it. Seasons 1 and 2 of the Larry Sanders Show. Used to like this kind of back in the day, so thought I'd take a look again. And don't remember it real well, but like I say, I used to like it pretty well. And 2 seasons for $1. Not bad. Another TV show, Season 1 of Copper. This one also never saw. It's on Blu-ray, so thought I'd take a look at it. We like these type of like detective movies from BBC quite a bit, so thought we'd try it out. Next, some of the old cartoons, Magilla Gorilla and Friends. Just a compilation of a few episodes. Next, another series called Aim High. Another one never saw its complete first season. Never seen it, but again, $1 for a season of a show, worth trying. And also picked up another cartoon was Batman. Comes with a slipcover. So. Next we've got a Blu-ray DVD combo of Mirror 2 unrated. Thought this looked pretty good. I'm a big, as you know, probably a big horror fan, so thought it'd be pretty interesting to try out. Had never seen it, had never heard of it, but did see a couple of reviews online. Looked pretty good. Another Blu-rays, a couple old movies, Ship of Fools and Lilith on Blu-ray. Remember I've seen the Lilith a long time ago, but don't remember that much about it. Another DVD from BBC Video of Allosaurus. Nice documentary on dinosaurs. And with Heather Graham and Ellen Bernstein, Flowers in the Attic on DVD with a slipcover. And another BBC documentary, The Honor of the Queen's Jubilee, The Diamond Queen. Documentary about Queen Elizabeth. My wife likes these royals pretty good, so I'd pick it up for her. Next, another documentary, I guess you'd call it, Fascination of Coral Reef 3D, Mysterious Worlds Underwater, Blu-ray 3D, and Blu-ray with slipcover. Next up, it's Stargate Atlantis Fan's Choice Blu-ray. I picked up a couple of these compilations, I guess, over the years. I guess a few of them's been out. So I picked those up. Next, one called Warrior. Looks kind of interesting. I've never seen it, but it looks like it'd be interesting to check out. Next up, another double feature Blu-ray of The Squid and the Whale and Running with Scissors. Have not seen these either, but worth trying. Next up, Guns, Girls, and Gambling. Christian Slater, Dane Cook, Helena Matson, and Gary Oldman. Nice cast. Be worth trying. Another Blu-ray, Sorority Row, SERMINT, MORTEL. Next up, another Blu-ray. It's the Brotherhood of Blades. Should be an interesting martial arts type thing. This one I've never seen, but I heard quite a bit about it. It's called Wuchi, the Demon Slayer. It's supposed to be pretty decent. I think it's, is it Vietnamese, I believe, or can't remember. But it's a Shout Factory film. So. Another 2-movie pack with Wesley Snipes. It's got The Recall and 9 Lives. Next up, we've got another documentary. It's a combo Blu-ray DVD from BBC Earth, narrated by Daniel Craig. It's called One Life. Look kind of interesting though. Long one. Next up, another Blu-ray DVD or Blu-ray digital combo. Frank and Lola. Next, we've got Paul Rudd and Peyton Oswald, The Unrated Nerdland. Not always real big on these more modern cartoons like these, but some of them are pretty funny, but same thing, for $1, worth trying out. Next, another Blu-ray is Lavander, the Salesman. Won a few awards, so be interesting to check out. Next, we've got Take Me Home Tonight with Topher Grace and Anna Faris. Next up, we picked up, I'm not big on these, but I thought I'd try one. This is a 2-disc special edition of the Twilight Saga, New Moon, Twilight Temptation. Sparkling vampires just didn't really in my realm, but figured I'd give it a try. Try to be open about it. Next, this was a, I think these are Hallmark film. I know there's a series of them. It's the Jesse Stone Death in Paradise with Tom Selleck. Next, we've got DVD of The Inhumans. Paul Jenkins, Jay Lee. Next, we've got a triple feature. Road, Fast Cars, Fierce Revenge. And also comes with All Things to All Men and Heist. I'd never seen any of them, but I think Heist I may have seen at some point, but I don't remember for sure. Next, the Mummy of Tutankhamun. I always like these Egyptian things, but thought I'd try it out. I'm sure it's more of a rip-off of the the better mummy movies, but hey, it's a BBC show for $1. Next up, with the lip cover, we've got Belial, A New Breed of Hero animated film. Next, this is a came together in a pack, so I got the 2 movies for $1. Got Grizzly Rage and Shark Swarm. So, a little cheesy horror kind of movie. Next up, Real Descent with Gabriel Bryan, Helen Mirren, Christian Bale, and Kate Beckinsale. Looks pretty interesting. Nice period piece. Interesting looking horror film. I like the cover. Has a Slippy on it. Don't really know the people in it. It's Killers Within. It's a yeah, I'm not sure. I've never heard of it, but I like the cover real well. It's textured and Just kind of interesting. Next up, we've got another BBC show. It's a, I'm not sure if it's I think it was a mini-series, The Living and the Dead. Again, looked pretty interesting. Next up, we've got The Knights of the Damned. I've not heard great things about this, but still thought I'd check it out. And an indie western, The West and the Ruthless. Some of these come out pretty good, so I thought I'd try it out. Next we've got a little cheesy fun. I normally like watching these, even though they're normally really cheesy and not real great, but the pterodactyl. They want their planet back. I think it's just going to be some cheesy fun. This was a 4-movie pack for $1. The Magnificent Seven. And this is the original one back from the 60s. I loved that one. Yeah, and the return was pretty good. It's got the Magnificent Seven, Return of the Magnificent Seven, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, and the Magnificent Seven Rides Again. Like I said, I've seen the Magnificent Seven and Return, but the other two I don't believe I've seen. But I did like the first two. So, great for $1, great haul. Next up, interesting horror film. On DVD, The Exorcist: The Beginning. Saw a lot of people got this one. Was happy to add to the collection. Maybe watching that this weekend. Next up, the Monster Collection, 16 movies. And most of these I think I've got, but nice to have them in one set. It's Snow Beast, Creature of the Haunted Sea, Beast of the Haunted Cave, Beast of Yucca Flats, the Mad Monster, the Gila Monster, a Giant Gila Monster, King of the Zombies, the Monster Maker, Lady Frankenstein, Sisters of Death, Monstrosity, Bride of Gorilla, She-Demon, Attack of the Giant Leeches, Sound of Horror, and Moon of the Wolf. But again, I always like these old 50s, 60s, 70s horror type things. Next up, we've got another interesting one from Magnet Video. It comes with a slippy cover for Splinter. And Dollar Tree's been getting in quite a few of these Magnet videos, seems like, lately. And from ESP's 30 for 30, a double feature, You Don't Know Bo and Survive in Advance. Next, another triple movie, one called Skybound. It also has Terminal Countdown on a Hostile Ground. So it looks like disaster movies. Me and the wife actually enjoy watching these. Kind of makes all the crap you go through daily seem a lot more manageable sometimes. So, happy to have that. Next, we've got Dragonheart, A New Beginning. Next, we've got interesting one. It's like a little book of Sherlock Holmes Classic Films and Radio Collection, 9 films and 20 radio shows. I'm a big fan of old-time radio. I've got pretty much everything that's out there anyway, but still nice to have a nice little collection of it together. So. Next, we've got a animated Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure original movie. Next, we've got a film collection. It's called Characters of Courage. There's the list of films. Next up, this one looked pretty interesting. It's from the co-creator of American Horror Story, and so looked pretty nice. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Interesting, probably slasher horror film. Next up is another film, looked kind of interesting, but called Sacrifice. Next up, a BBC movie. It says Shakespeare in Love with Monty Python. Some are born great, others not so much. Before he was Shakespeare, he was Bill. Sounds like a dumb comedy kind of thing, but always fun to watch these. In the heart of, like the Monty Python style, probably. Next, we've got one, not sure about this one, but the Trotsky. Next, we got another documentary. It's BBC Earth's Ice, and it comes with a slipcover. It's Ice Age Giants, Woolly Mammoths, Secrets from the Ice. And it does have a slipcover with it. Just wish that they didn't do the barcode on the slipcovers. They're a pain to get off. Another documentary, The Blue Planet, Sea of Life, the BBC. Another documentary is BBC video narrated by Ben Stiller, Prehistoric Planet, The Complete Dino Dynasty. Another documentary is BBC video Planet Earth Volume 2, Caves, Desert, and Ice Worlds. And we've got the another period movie, The Gaelic King. When darkness comes, the king returns. Looked interesting. Next up, we've got another horror film. It's saw quite a few people got this, and I'm looking forward to watching this one. It's called Chrome Skull Laid to Rest 2. And another The Royals I picked up for the wife, BBC series shows called The Royal Wedding, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and also Royal Wedding, William and Catherine. This one looked like a interesting little horror twisted nightmare called Hooked Up. Thought that sounded a little creepy. Next, I was actually looking forward to getting this one and taking a look at it. For a few people said it was really good, called the Neon Demon. Next, we've got the Devil Incarnate. I'm sorry, the Devil Incarnate. Sorry about that. Had a problem with the video just ending. But anyway, next up is Astral, The Evil Never Dies. Dunkirk. It's a really good World War II film, or World War, I think, II BBC film. Next up is Mind Gamers. That's kind of interesting. Next up, a double feature. The wife likes these. They're on the Hallmark Channel. I think they're Canadian broadcasting shows. When Calls the Heart, My Heart Is Yours, and Weathering the Storm. Got a few of these already. Next up, another BBC Earth documentary, The Wild West. Next up, I picked this up. I don't know how it's going to be, but anyway, it's Benzino. It's like more of a documentary about hip-hop groups. This one looked interesting. It's a BBC show. It's called 13 Years Captive, Forever Scarred. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's about almost 5 hours. So, I believe it's a mini-series. Next up, Singularity with Julian Schaffner and John Cusack. Come with a slipcover. Next up, we've got another film called D.O.E. Doe. Timothy Davis, Titania Ali, Matthew St. Patrick, and Mira Sorvino. Doe. Comes with slipcover also. Next, I thought this looked kind of interesting. It's 2307, Winter's Dream. About when the planet gets so cold, everybody has to go underground. It looks like, so looks pretty interesting. And last up for this video, a film called Hacker. We're going to go ahead and end the video here. I've got another one coming up here. Note, I've got went to some other Dollar Trees, so I'll go ahead and put another video up since this one's gotten pretty long. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for future notifications. I would appreciate you letting everybody know about it, and hope you like it, and keep watching those movies. See you next time.